And we're live. All right. We are back for another Drupal and Coffee. I am your host, Chris Weber, and my co-host, Lowell, is here with us again tonight. Such a trooper.
Hello, I'm glad to be here.
We have, last week we made a diversion to take a look at the multi-version module, but we're back on track this week because we have gotten you and your phone, Lowell. This week we're back on track because we've got a design update. We pitched to the robotics team the ability to use an approach that uses components in order to comprise some of their pages. They've got a lot of content, this robotics club. And so we were thinking that maybe we could allow them to assemble their pages with all their content. And this was kind of if I were to take all of the things that we threw at them and they looked at and into one picture, it would be this. And if we look at the top here, kind of thinking that this section here can just be normal content type stuff. Like this is the title. That would be kind of difficult to get rid of if we wanted to. And the description. And that this can be another component. You can call it the image and text component. And we'll have more detail for that. And then this is what I have learned the front-end developers like to call a 3-up. See, because there are 3 of the same kind of item, and I don't know why it's called up. They like to call it a 3-up. I'm not debating that. So I guess if we're being fancy, we could say for the image and text that the image and text needs an image. Maybe it's got an image style that can make sure that the image is of the proper size, and then it's got a heading and then a body. And then 3-up, I think we need something like a grid, or I like to call a container. And the container has the ability to decide how many columns. If I wanted to do the gold version of what I want to do here today. And then what does a container have? It has this many teasers. And then we'll leave the teaser of, like, let's just say an article. And then we'll define the teaser view mode for the article to list the things, which is basically just a image, title, and a body, which is very similar to this image, title, body. Isn't that interesting? But we'll create these 2 components tonight, and we'll see if we can get them working with some dummy content that we'll create tonight. Kind of a point of order tonight. We we're trying to get things working faster. I've identified an issue with my hard drive on my laptop, which might be causing the previous uh, hang-ups on our earlier shows. So I'm trying to move the most of our site building of these Drupal 8 sites to a hosting partner. We've got it on Pantheon right now. So, yay, Pantheon! They're not sponsoring the show or anything like that, but just thought I'd say yay. One thing I noticed when getting paragraphs module for Drupal 8 is that if you go to find what you get when you download Pantheon for Drupal 8, there's a demo package that they provide. The paragraphs demo, which is designed to show off the multilingual nature of paragraphs, because multilingual is much more common within Drupal 8 because it's in core now, and they've got a really comprehensive implementation. They wanted to show that you can use it for this custom thing called paragraphs as well. But at the same time, it creates a couple of very basic paragraphs. And I really like that, because I find that in a lot of these projects, I end up creating these very same paragraphs over and over again. I guess the one I would add that they're missing is like something that hooks into media, like using the video embed module, but that's just quibbling at this point. I'm very curious about this, why they have an image and text paragraph as well as a text and image paragraph. But I don't know, before we really start getting down and building the paragraphs we need, let's just check to see if any one of these has the structure we need them to have. Also, I think one thing that is not quite synced up is I should be seeing a Bootstrap theme that I guess I haven't pushed it yet. There we go. Push that up. In a couple minutes, that'll be on the dev instance, and I'll be able to switch to the Bootstrap theme. I'm using the Bootstrap theme because, I'm not a front-end developer, really. I'm just trying to mock up a few things so that I can show my partner in this, the UX developer, Leah Hans. We'll be able to see if I can implement the ideas that she's been showing the team. All right. Does that sound like a good plan, Lowell?
Yes, I'm in.
So we're gonna check the anatomy of these default paragraphs that were created. We're gonna check to see if any of them are things we can use, and I guess we'll keep around. There's no sense in just deleting these paragraph types, but we'll create new ones, and then we'll extend a content type, or maybe create a brand new content type to serve as the landing page or whatever. Let's just call it a landing page. Hey, let's make a list of what we're going to do tonight. Review paragraphs. Two, create landing page. 3, mix it all together. Sound good?
Excellent.
If I could draw a thumbs up, I would be drawing that right now. I'm not a good drawer. All right. So I'm very keen on this image and text one and this text and image one to see why we've got two of them. Let's take a look at them. All right. So here is image and text. While we're looking at the form display, we've got the image first, and then we've got the text. And I guess this is what I would look at. Like as a backend developer, I'm always kind of in the back of my head when I'm looking at models. I've got the theory of normalization in my head, which says if I've got two things and they have the same like atomic structure, then they're not really two different things. They're the same thing. And so here we are looking at image and text. It's got an image field. It's got a text field. And now I just clicked on the text and image, and we can see that there's no difference in their structures. So in my head, I'm thinking, if you could just provide a choice for the component that says, I want the image on the left, or I want the image on the right, then you wouldn't need to have two components. You could just have one. So let's look at the way that users will be entering the information. And then there's our first difference. And then in how they are displayed, of course, we would expect the image to be first and then the text. And then we have the text first and then the image. So that's that. But there is no ability to clone one of these things. So why don't I just test this idea? Can I add another field that just answers, should I have it on the left or should I have it on the right? And there is no list string. Oh, here it is, list text. Do I want that? List plain, no text plain. And I'll call it orientation. Right. And we'll default it to the left. I guess I could have called it image orientation. There we go. There we go. We'll have the image and image orientation. So I think we're done with one component. At least the structure of it. The fun will be when we start getting into the template for how to control that specific component. What was the other one? Oh yeah, we've got the grid and we've got the 3-up. Okay, I don't think we've got any paragraph type that's like that. This nested paragraph set looks interesting. Let's take a look at it. All right, so a nested paragraph has some entity reference provisions. If we look at that. What? Oh, I guess a nested paragraph can allow you to have inside it any of these. I guess that's what it means. Because no option is selected from this list of possible options, then all of the options are legal. So that's interesting. It would be even more powerful if one of the default paragraph items that you got was an entity reference. Because I think that's the piece that's missing here. You want to be able to create this grid of 3 items and be able to pick the specific pieces of content that exist in the system. So I guess what I will do is I'll just go ahead and add the reference. I'm going to call this content. So that's on. Oh, because I just defined a container and now I need to tell it what the content should have. That's unfortunate. So now I need to add a field and have it point to content. And I'll call it the content, I guess, for this content. Can I call it content? I thought I called the other one content. I can. And I guess I could say, hey, any number of items, but I want to be able to wrap each specific piece of content. We handle them individually, not handle them as a set. So I'll do one at a time. I'll say it's a required field, and I will specifically say that I want you to point to articles, not use of pages. And because it's an entity reference, I have the ability to control at a very fine-grained level what are the items that are supposed to be showing up in this entity reference by giving it a view or a custom query. Yeah, I won't sort. All right, so I created my content there. Let's control, or let's at least make an effort to modify how it's going to be shown. I guess the best I can do right now is to have it be an autocomplete field. That's fine. And now, how will it be displayed? I do not like labels. Do not like them. And I want to be able to, when they are displayed, I want to display the rendered entity, and I specifically want to display the teaser of the item, the article here. And I think that's safe. Don't click the save button just in case. That means I need to also make a pass through the article content types teaser to make sure the items are displayed in the proper order. Here I am in the content types. I'm going to go to manage display, and I see that I've got tags. Oh, what am I looking at? I'm looking at the default. I want to go to teaser. This is the teaser view. And I am displaying the image and the body. And it doesn't look like I have control here as to where the title will show up. So I guess if I really want control over this, where the title is displayed, I need to modify the template. But I definitely don't want to be displaying tags. And I think what the image showed me is that I do want to display the links. And let me jump back. See, we've got a call to action here. Now, I could say that this link, that link, that shows up at the bottom of these pieces of content could be a part of the description or the body. And those are just links that are there. I think that's what I'll do, because that gives more control over the links. So the only thing I'm going to be and I could optionally not display, that I am going to display, is the shortened version of the body and the image. And right now it's configured to use the medium image style. That's linked to the content. I think I like that. For now, if I need to modify the image style, I'll come back here and set that. Just click save just in case. I want to see that message. Your settings have been saved. If I don't see that, I don't think I've actually done it. All right. So it looks like when I turned on the demo, the paragraphs demo, it might have created another content type for me. Paragraphed article. What's that about? Oh, well, it has paragraphs. Of any kind. Well, let's constrict this. Let's say that I'm only going to have the nested paragraph, and I think the first one, image and text. There we go. And I also want to make sure that I constrict the nested paragraph to only manage fields here. I want to constrict this nested paragraph to only display content items. There we go. All right. Okay. So let's create some content. Let's test this out. We still got work to do. We're only half an hour in. Oh, that'll be a good one to see. They've already got a piece of content. We can take a look at that. Create a new paragraphed article, and we'll call this test content. And then we have this nice little drop down here, but that by default wants us to create an image or a text. And if we expand it, we can choose to create a nested paragraph. Let's add an image and a text. We can pick an image. I gotta go to my pictures. Bring on the cat. Angry cat. And this is some text that should be. And I guess what this is missing is the heading. Yeah. I think that should be added. Let's just try that. Okay, well, we've got the image, we've got the text. It's a pretty decent sized image. Oh, and we're actually displaying the image orientation. We got some tweaks to do here. Well, that demo content is pretty boring. All right, so here we are in the content types. And this is the image and text. Yep, this is the one. And we don't want to be displaying. We want it to be enabled, but we don't want. Oh, I guess if it's hidden, it's going to be marked as disabled. But I wonder if we should still be able to get it from the data, from being able to debug the template and prove that we're getting that data. There we go. And we thought we needed to add a heading. So let's add that. We've got text. Give it some more text. And I guess it'll just be plain. What other options did we have? Text formatted, but not long. Yeah, that sounds good enough. We don't want a really long heading. Let's call it heading. Limit it to 255 characters. That sounds okay. Make it a required field. There we go. So on the form, we want the choice for image orientation and image to be next to each other. And we want the heading and the text to be close to each other. Let's make these radio buttons, one or the other. Yeah, that sounds right. Okay. So let's go back to the content we made. There we go, test content. Let's edit. Let's fix it. Well, that's where we've got the name, image, and text showing up here, and then we've got these options. And why is not available even an option? Oh, because it needs to be required. Okay, I don't want that tab anymore. Yep, here's our piece of content. That's the edit for it. All right. Oh, here it is. Here's the thing. So we wanted image orientation to not be optional. Yep, make it required. That'll remove the null option. It's either left or right, and it's left by default. So that should do it. Yep, left or right. Yeah, seeing this makes me want to do something like field groups so that I could have the image settings and the image orientation setting look better than it currently does. But I could just make sure all this is working. Title for content here. Everything else is pretty much the same. So I don't need that tab. Maybe I do. All right, formatting needs work. So managing the display here, we've got the heading above the text and no label. Why does this have a gear? Link to paragraph? I don't really want to do that. Let's just check that for now. All right, so some formatting issues now. Okay. Let's see if we can get the debug feature working. We can actually find and fix the markup that's going on here. This is a site on Pantheon now. I'm not sure if this is going to work, but what I need to do is I need to have a services.yaml file, or the default.services.yaml file, be able to turn Twig debug mode on, like I currently do for my local one. Does this mean I need to commit and push this services.yaml file to Twig? Let's give that a shot. It feels like a bad decision, but it's a fast decision. Maybe I'm hiding it. Where is my git ignore? Are you still with me, Lowell?
Yes, I'm here.
Okay. Pantheon commits a settings.php file. But it's not really saying anything about the services.yaml file. Ugh. I guess what I have to do is get rid of this line here. Now, this feels wrong. This was a Pantheon specific .git ignore, and they were specifically ignoring the services.yaml file. So,
can you edit the settings.php?
Yeah.
Maybe they have something in there.
Well, I already pushed it up.
Huh?
And now that it has my services file, I think what I need to do is
You did edit the file, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, did I push? Did I actually push that? I did not. That helps. Now it's pushed. And that's why it wasn't syncing. But now it is. That did. Why flush the cat?
Do-do-do.
Now, pretty certain it's actually flushing the cache. Yep. It blew up. I hope.
Let there be green.
Yay! All right. Let's take a look at this one here. So it's got the image twig just for that image file. We've got the field. We could take over if we did the field paragraph, field image demo. Maybe this field paragraph image text HTML that twig. And that is the whole thing. But maybe this one.
Did you mention
Image text?
switching to the Bootstrap theme?
Yeah, I'll do that eventually.
Okay.
Yeah, before I start hacking the templates, I should probably do that. It looks like this field item should be the place that I take over. We'll go to appearance. We should see Bootstrap. Here we go. I got Bootstrap. Oh, not. Oh, yeah. Take it there. That's good. That's the field. That's the paragraph. I don't know what the markup should be. Here's that Bootstrap theme. And look, they've got a folder for templates. There's a lot of stuff in it. A lot of stuff in it. Look at all this stuff. That's a lot of stuff. I need this to exist. Oh, and then I'll just do what I always do when I'm trying to see something works. Make it say Sammy. Make it real big. And I gotta push that. There we go. All right, all pushed. Maybe I have to flush the cache. That sounds like a thing Drupal would make me do. Do you think this is going faster, Lowell?
What's faster than what?
Than when I was working on my straight on the in the virtual machine.
Oh, it's okay.
There it is. There's Sammy. So now I need a good way of being able to control the format of the items that were actually appearing in the template. And the ability to take over template. Let's see how Node is doing that. You gotta have kind of base level, but that block one looks like an interesting one to look at. Here's how the Bootstrap theme is handling images from an article. Scalable variables. So I'm pretty sure there's a function in Twig. Debug available.
Yeah, I think it's with the develop module.
Really? But there's dump. There's this dump function in Twig. I should be able to dump, as long as I know the name of the variable. I mean, if I have to bring the devel module in, I'll do that. So just make sure I get the syntax right. And I'll say, oops, hit an opening bracket. There we go. Dump content. I think. Oh, there's an item. There isn't a. Oh yeah, here's a. There's a for each there. Maybe I'll just dump items. Items. There we go. Oh, I changed there. Nothing. Push that out so we can use that. And hopefully the reason why we had to flush the cache before was so that we can register that new template into the registry, and so that we don't need to do it again. You know, let's sync up. Well, I got rid of Sammy. There's no more Sammy in there. You should not be saying Sammy. Refresh. Nope, still giving me problems. Okay. Where's the cache? I guess if I say false to the caching, then it will always rebuild the new twig. Sounds really heavy. All right. That should be done. Refresh. Bam. Let's try again. It doesn't like that. The fact that I said dump. All right.
Oh, it's two curly braces, no percent.
Oh, right.
always takes a little bit of reacclimating to figure this out. There we go.
See how that works. I think we were one of those pages. Let's just open it again. I don't think I need this to happen. We got a big fat null.
Ah, what was your dump code?
Dumping the items.
Items.
Yeah, items. So Lowell, you're familiar with using the develop module?
A little bit, but it's screaming at me on my end. I did a dump and then underscore context pipe keys. That's the tutorial, walks you through that first.
So you're saying dump.
Underscore context pipe keys.
You say pipe.
Yeah, vertical line.
Why can't I just dump the context?
Because it'll be too much.
Well, I'd like to see anything.
It'll see everything. If it doesn't exhaust your memory.
All right. Push it to the limit.
You may get if you get an error, it's a memory error.
Push it to the limit. Do, 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 do. Notice because I turned the twig cache off last time, I didn't have to flush the cache.
Nice.
Just need to make sure it's all caught up. Do it. Still null. But you've got the develop module.
Well, it broke. I did dump context keys and I got some output.
All right, I'm going to do exactly what you did. Dump underscore context piped to keys. And you got something. Well, what is that something?
I got an array of 21 strings. And you did not.
It's not done yet. Now it's done. Now I refresh. And it still says no. So I will flush the cache. Check to see if I get a different result. And it's done flushing.
Hey, there you go.
Thanks. Yep, theme hook suggestion. There's a paragraph. There's a view mode. Title attributes. There's content. So do I just say dump content? No?
Yeah.
I guess I really do need to flush the cache. I'm going to flush the cache. I'll make this go slow. It seems like it defeats the purpose. Oh, to have reliable local development environment. Here we go. Can I blow it up? I did. Well, let's just end an hour early, Lowell, because I see how I construct the paragraph. I just need to spend some time covering all the basics about Twig and Twig debugging, and
Well,
maybe
yeah.
some sample markup of what these things should look like.
I did a dump on content type keys, and I got all the fields that we're looking for that we added to our content type. Yep, there you go. And what keys does is it just gives you one level deep. It doesn't give you the whole object.
That's neat. Still feel like we should end an hour early.
Oh, good. Yay. No, not good.
Not good. I don't know what it is, but I'm feeling really tired. And I can kind of see like everything that is needed to be done next. Being able to create the markup for these basic items.
Yeah. A whole nother topic for another day.
Yeah. But once I can get to the point where I can have the Twig template reveal its complexity to me, it's just figuring out what's the right way to ask it to give me debug information. Maybe develop is the way to go with that, so that I don't have to refresh and recommit different one-liner to get even more fine-grained information. Maybe something like KVM that can give me.
There's a Kint method.
Yeah, Kint.
In Devel, yeah.
Are you saying I could be able to just do Kint right now?
We'll see. Mine is giving me a bunch of vendor errors, so I didn't install it properly.
Okay.
See what yours does.
No, I don't even want to try.
Okay.
There we go.
That's still dump.
Yeah, I'm still dumping.
Mm-hmm. That's good.
There's my field image demo, and there's my field heading, field text demo. So I just need to gather the right markup for that and get that going. I think that's something that I could do offline and be able to gather what's the markup I need for these different components. Have that ready to paste in. So thank you, Lowell.
Excellent. Thank you for sharing your time.
We'll make more progress next week while we try to put the markup in for these components, and hopefully by that time we'll also be able to push the design a little bit more further.
Can we see your scratch pad that you were writing on? See how
Yeah.
far we. Oh, okay. So we're doing the image and text, and
Yep.
the next thing to do is to style that to be left and right.
Great.
Yeah, cool.
There it is. Once again, Lowell, thank you. Inception.
Thank you, and have a good night.